Hello and welcome to Quiz Class. My name's Alice and I'll be your host for today's general knowledge quiz. There are 100 questions in this quiz. Do the best you can, and at the end of the video, let us know your scores in the comments below. Question 1. When did Walt Disney Animation Studios release Fantasia? 1930, 1940 or 1950? The answer is 1940. Question 2. Which of Beethoven's symphonies ends with Ode to Joy? 9th, 6th or 5th? The answer is 9th, Beethoven's 9th Symphony. 3. What star is officially labelled Alpha Canis Majoris? Betelgeuse, Pollux or Sirius? The answer is Sirius. Question 4. What is the real name of the guitarist Slash? Is it Paul Johnson, Saul Hudson, or John Slant? The answer is Saul Hudson. Not quite as rock and roll as Slash. Question 5. Which magazine unofficially started at the 1884 production of May Blossom? Playbill, Entertainment Weekly, or Time? The answer is Playbill. Question 6. Which article of clothing was the origin of the word berserk? Horned helmet, wolf fang necklace, or bear skin suit? The answer is a bear skin suit. Question 7. What musical genre was born at a block party in the Bronx on August 11th, 1973? Jazz, dubstep, or hip-hop? The answer is hip-hop. Question 8. Which typeface was introduced in Venice circa 1500 CE? Italic, bold, or underlined? The answer is italic. Question 9. Which Shakespeare play inspired the title of Aldous Huxley's novel Brave New World? The Tempest, Othello, or Midsummer's Night Dream? The answer is The Tempest. Question 10 now. Why do people take semaglutide medications like Ozempic and Wegovy? Mental health treatment, weight loss, or skincare? Definitely mispronounced a couple of the words there, but I'm sure you can work it out. But the answer is weight loss. 11. Who is the only punter in the NFL Hall of Fame? Ray Guy, Pat McAfee, or Matt Turk? Only one punter in the NFL Hall of Fame, and it is Ray Guy. 12. Where is the Brokopondo Reservoir? Switzerland, South Africa, or Suriname? Where is the Brokopondo Reservoir? The answer is Suriname. 13. Which of these options was not included in FDR's 4 freedoms? Freedom from fear, freedom of worship, or freedom from hunger? The answer is freedom from hunger. Question 14. What 2 major battles of the US Civil War were fought on July 4th, 1863? The Battle of Antietam and Battle of Fort Sumter, Battle of Shiloh and Battle of Middleburg, or the Battle of Gettysburg and the Battle of Vicksburg? And that's your answer, the Battle of Gettysburg and Battle of Vicksburg. 15. What country is the world's largest producer of cork? Portugal, Spain, or Italy? The answer is Portugal. Question 16. Who plays Tony Stark in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Tom Hiddleston, Chris Evans, or Robert Downey Jr.? Tom Hiddleston was Loki, Chris Evans Captain America, but it was Robert Downey Jr. who played Tony Stark. That's your answer. 17. What kind of pet is a Cornish rex? Bird, cat, or dog? A Cornish rex is a type of cat. Question 18. Which president made Labor Day a US federal holiday in 1894? William Howard Taft, Grover Cleveland, or John Quincy Adams? The answer is Grover Cleveland. Question 19. What is the only NBA arena that is not named after a corporate sponsor? Madison Square Garden, Ball Arena, or Gainbridge Fieldhouse? The answer is Madison Square Garden. Question 20. Which Japanese artist created the Great Wave off Kanagawa? Utamaro, Hokusai, or Hiroshige? Apologies for any mispronunciations on those. The correct answer is that second option there, Hokusai. 21. What kind of animals are the Houyhnhnms in Gulliver's Travels? Talking dolphins, intelligent horses, or green mice? To clarify, that's Houyhnhnms. The answer is intelligent horses. 22. Which scientific discipline is Ernest E. Just associated with? Quantum physics, analytical chemistry, or cell biology? The answer is cell biology. 23. What luxury French fashion house named their trademark bag after Jane Birkin? Chanel, Hermes, or Dior? The answer is Hermes. Question 24. What sport did Tim Horton play? Lacrosse, ice hockey, or baseball? Tim Horton played ice hockey. Question 25. Where are the ruins of the mausoleum at Halicarnassus? Bodrum, Turkey, Athens, Greece, or Victoria, Malta? The answer is Bodrum, Turkey, and we are a quarter of the way through the quiz. Hope you're keeping up. Here's question 26. Which article of jewellery was popularised by Chris Evert's rise to fame? Statement necklace, mood ring, or tennis bracelet? The answer is tennis bracelet. 27. What parts of the body is affected by Bogart-Bacall syndrome? Vocal cords, colon, or finger joints? The answer is vocal cords. 28. According to Jewish and Mesopotamian mythology, who was Adam's first wife? A supposed demon who was banished from Eden for her disobedience. Eve, Lilith, or Ruth? The answer is Lilith. 29. Which comic strip duo was based on philosophers? Snoopy and Woodstock, Nero and Zero, or Calvin and Hobbes? The answer is Calvin and Hobbes. 30. Which disease is named after a Central African river? Hint. It starts with an E. There's no multiple choices here, but I've got a hint to help you along. The answer is Ebola. Question 31. What is the only country named after a human woman? Ireland, Kiribati, or St. Lucia? The answer is St. Lucia. And we're on to question 32 now. Which Japanese studio created the Oscar-winning films Spirited Away and The Boy and the Heron? Studio Ghibli, Toei Animation, or MAPPA? The answer is Studio Ghibli. Question 33. What was Ada Lovelace's major contribution to science? Heating coils for microwave ovens, the first photograph of DNA, or calculations for analytical computers? The answer is calculations for analytical computers. Question 34. Which romantic poet wrote Darkness and Prometheus? Lord Byron, Percy Bysshe Shelley, or John Keats? Which romantic poet wrote Darkness and Prometheus? The answer is Lord Byron. 35. Who was the last Sapa Inca of the Neo-Inca state in Peru? Montezuma, Tupac Amaru, or Atahualpa? The answer is Tupac Amaru. 36. What is the nickname of Australia's national women's soccer team? What is the nickname of Australia's national women's soccer team? The Roos, the Matildas, or the Marmites? The answer is the Matildas. 37. Which European capital is associated with Joseph Haydn's Final Symphony? London, Paris, or Sofia? The answer is London. 38. What religious title translates to Ocean of Wisdom? Pundit, Dalai Lama, or Archbishop? The answer is Dalai Lama. Question 39. Which dynasty of the Holy Roman Empire included Frederick I, Barbarossa, Henry VI, and Frederick II? Carolingian, Habsburg, or Hohenstaufen? The answer is Hohenstaufen. And question 40 now. Which of these baseball players from Mobile, Alabama is considered with one of the best pitchers in history? Willie McCovey, Hank Aaron, or Satchel Paige? The answer is Satchel Paige. Question 41. What did wealthy people place in a surprise pie in 16th century England? Live animals, firecrackers, or chocolate coins? The answer, upsettingly, is live animals. Question 42. What distinguished the leading duck in the children's song Six Little Ducks? A feather on her back, a crown on her head, or a ring on her wing? The answer is a feather on her back. 43. Which term describes a volcano that has not erupted for a long time? Sleepy, inactive, or dormant? Now, you could use the word sleepy and inactive, but the official word is dormant. 44. Which HBO series earned Julia Louis-Dreyfus 6 consecutive Emmys? Chernobyl, Veep, or Game of Thrones? The answer is Veep. Question 45. Where is Sears Tower? Chicago, Detroit, or New York City? Sears Tower is in Chicago. Well done if you got that one. Here's question 46. Which media innovation was created by a Disney animator? Storyboarding, Technicolor, or stop-motion animation? The answer is storyboarding. 47. What vegetable is the main ingredient of moussaka? Asparagus, eggplant, or zucchini? The answer is eggplant. Question 48. What stringed instrument does Anne-Sophie Mutter play? Viola, violin, or bass guitar? What stringed instrument does Anne-Sophie Mutter play? She plays the violin. Question 49. What indigenous American tribe is featured in the book Killers of the Flower Moon? Ojibwe, Oneida, or Osage? The answer is Osage. Question 50. Which company's logo features a two-tailed siren? Athleta, Starbucks, or Bass Pro Shops? The answer is Starbucks. Question 51. What body parts are affected by Tommy John surgery? Elbows, knees, or shoulders? The answer is elbows. Question 52. Which German composer made Wedding March and many other pieces to accompany productions of A Midsummer Night's Dream? Johannes Brahms, Franz Schubert, or Felix Mendelssohn? The answer is Felix Mendelssohn. 53. What is Mexico's largest state? Oaxaca, Sonora, or Chihuahua? The answer is Chihuahua. 54. Which Jewish holiday was created after Queen Esther saved her people and stopped Haman's plans to kill all of the Jews in Persia? Rosh Hashanah, Purim, or Yom Kippur? The answer is Purim. Question 55. Who was the first woman appointed to the US Supreme Court? Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Sonia Sotomayor, or Sandra Day O'Connor? The answer is Sandra Day O'Connor. Question 56. Which Netflix series is a reboot of a 1990s family sitcom featuring John Stamos and Candace Cameron Bure? Fuller House, That 90s Show, or One Day at a Time? The answer is Fuller House. Question 57. What fermentation byproduct creates the sour taste of sauerkraut and sourdough bread? Acetic acid, lactic acid, or alcohol? The answer is lactic acid. Question 58. According to writing on its side, which artefact was captured in Egypt by the British Army in 1801? A granite statue of King Ramesses II, the Rosetta Stone, or King Tut's sarcophagus? The answer is the Rosetta Stone. 59. How many hydrogen atoms are in a water molecule? 1, 3, or 2? The answer is 2. Question 60. Which Shakespeare play is also known as the Scottish play? King Lear, Macbeth, or Hamlet? The answer is Macbeth. Question 61. What name did Davy Crockett give his rifle? Lucille, Betsy, or Rosie? The answer is Betsy. 62. Which princess movie earned Walt Disney Studios an Oscar accompanied by 7 statuettes? Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, or Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? The answer is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. 63. How many times did Elizabeth Taylor get married, including reconciliations? 6, 8, or 10? The answer is 8. Question 64. Which treaty declared Korea's independence from China in 1895? The Korean Armistice Agreement, Treaty of Shimonoseki, or Paris Peace Accords? The answer is the Treaty of Shimonoseki. Apologies if I've mispronounced that. We're on question 65 now. For which NHL team did Gordie Howe play for 25 seasons? Atlanta Thrashers, Pittsburgh Penguins, or Detroit Red Wings? The answer is Detroit Red Wings. 66. Which politician was an actor before he became President of the United States? Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, or Robert F. Kennedy? The answer is Ronald Reagan. 67. Which Australian political party links its foundation to the 1890 maritime strike and the 1891 shearers' strike? Labour, National, or Liberal Party? The answer is Labour Party. 68. Which comedy duo was the alleged inspiration behind Rob Petrie and Buddy Sorrell on The Dick Van Dyke Show? Cheech Marin and Tommy Chong, Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor, or Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks? The answer is Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks. 69. Where are the ruins of Tiwanaku? Northern Mexico, southern Peru, or western Bolivia? The answer is western Bolivia. Question 70. Which ancient king ordered his troops to burn down Persepolis in 330 CE? Alexander the Great, Ramesses the Great, or Darius the Great? The answer is Alexander the Great. 71. What is the poorest former Soviet republic? Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, or Tajikistan? The answer is Tajikistan. And on to question 72 now. In which epic poem did the word pandemonium first appear? Paradise Lost, the Odyssey, or the Divine Comedy? A brilliant word, but in which poem did it first appear? The answer is Paradise Lost. 73. What American architectural style peaked around the same time as British Regency and French Empire styles? Federal, colonial, or modern? The answer is federal. 74. Which conference ended with the Allied powers agreeing to split Germany into 4 occupation zones in 1945? Yalta Conference, Potsdam Conference, or Bretton Woods Conference? The answer is the Potsdam Conference. 75. What meat is the main ingredient in the Hawaiian dish kalua? Pork, fish, or chicken? And after this question, we will be 3/4 of the way through the quiz with 25 questions left. The answer is pork, and we're now moving on to 76. What is the largest airline alliance in the world? SkyTeam, oneworld, or Star Alliance? The answer is Star Alliance. 77. How does a laconic person behave? They talk a lot, they use few words, or they are totally unpredictable. The answer, they use few words. Which art movement is associated with artists like Jackson Pollock, Willem de Kooning, and Norman Lewis? Surrealism, abstract expressionism, or neoclassicism? The answer is abstract expressionism. Which of the following phrases is an example of a Hentiadis? Jack of all trades, cold as ice, or sick and tired? The answer is sick and tired. 80. What video game used the Russian folk song Korobeiniki as the basis for its theme song? Tetris, Pong, or The Legend of Zelda? The answer is Tetris. What organisation was partially formed at the Dumbarton Oaks Conference in Washington, D.C.? United Nations, World Health Organization, or NATO? The answer is United Nations. And here's question 82. What was the name of Rocky and Bullwinkle's main villain? Boris Godunov, Boris Badenov, or Boris Patinkin? The answer is Boris Badenov. 83. What did Fibonacci popularise in his 1202 book Liber Abaci, the Book of Calculation? Was it use of Arabic numerals, calculus, or heliocentric models of the solar system? The answer is use of Arabic numerals. 84. Where would you find a bight? On a coastline, on top of a mountain, or between layers of rock? And to clarify, that's bight spelled B-I-G-H-T. The answer is on a coastline. 85. Which artist was called the Baroness with a Brush because her work usually featured images of luxury and wealthy people? Georgia O'Keeffe, Mary Cassatt, or Tamara de Lempicka? The answer is Tamara de Lempicka. 86. What 1980 film is often blamed for the collapse of the United Artists production company? Urban Cowboy, Heaven's Gate, or Xanadu? The answer is Heaven's Gate. 87. What programming language was released by Yukihiro Matsumoto in 1995? Sapphire, Diamond, or Ruby? The answer is Ruby. Question 88. Which film features teenagers joyriding in a red 1961 Ferrari 250 GT California Spider? The Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, or Ferris Bueller's Day Off? The answer is the brilliant Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Question 89. Who is allegedly the model for activist Reverend Reginald Bacon in the 1987 novel The Bonfire of the Vanities? Rev Martin Luther King Jr., Rev Al Sharpton, or Rev Jesse Jackson Sr.? The answer is Reverend Al Sharpton. Question 90. What kind of sport is played on the island green in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida? Beach volleyball, golf, or soccer? The answer is golf. 91. What is the common title for a member of the Religious Society of Friends? Quaker, Mormon, or Rastafarian? What is the common title for a member of the Religious Society of Friends? The answer is Quaker. 92. Which of the following is a type of lambic beer? Marzen, Kriek, or Amber Ale? The answer is Kriek. Question 93. Which line of latitude created the boundary between the USA's Oregon Territory and Canada in 1846? 38th parallel north, 49th parallel north, or 60th parallel north? The answer is 49th parallel north. Question 94. Who composed the biographical operas Einstein on the Beach in 1976, Satyagraha in 1979, and Akhenaten in 1984? Was it John Philip Sousa, Scott Joplin, or Philip Glass? The answer is Philip Glass. 95. What series of agreements between China and Great Britain began with the 1842 Treaty of Nanjing? The Unequal Treaties, the Intolerable Acts, or the Oppressive Accords? Hope you're keeping up. The answer to question 95 is the Unequal Treaties. We've got 5 questions left. Here is 96. What kind of musical act is the Kronos Quartet? A barbershop quartet, a percussion quartet, or a string quartet? The answer is a string quartet. 97. Which German city is home to the most bridges in Europe? Berlin, Dortmund, or Hamburg? The answer is Hamburg. Question 98. What was the title given to Christian boys who were taken and raised as soldiers in the Ottoman Empire? Assassins, Janissaries, or ninjas? The answer is, of course, it's the one I can't say, Janissaries, I think. 99. Who was the first British monarch from the House of Hanover? Was it George I, James I, or Charles I? The answer is George I. And the question 100, the last question. Which of the following city-states was not a part of the Nahuan Triple Alliance of the Aztec Empire? Tenochtitlan, Azcapotzalco, or Texcoco? The answer is Azcapotzalco, and apologies for all of those answers. Bonus question, what is the name of the human fossil found at Trinil at the Solo River? Let us know the answer to that one in the comments, and while you're there you can let us know how many points you scored out of 100. Thanks so much for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe to Quiz Class and hit that bell icon to be notified when all of our new quizzes are uploaded. There are quizzes already up for you to try now, so please do get involved. But for now, my name's Ellis and I've been your host, and we'll see you next time.